kayak sebenarnya the root of the issue is that we don't want to think.
Ya. Hello, welcome to this section of
Welcome back, friends.
Keren. Ini question and answer by our famous host ya, Mbak Saskia. Gimana kabarnya?
Alhamdulillah, puji Tuhan. Sehat.
Wede. Nah, ini kita perkenalan dulu ya. Aku Xylon, aku pernah muncul di episode 1 podcast Soro.gaplok, Bucin 101. Wede. Ini juga perdana ya Saskia juga. Nih,
Itu episode debut ya.
Iya, episode debut. Nah, kita tuh pasti kalian dari semua pasti sering ketemu sama Saskia, tapi kalau ternyata ada yang nggak tahu, perkenalkan lagi.
Okay, so halo semuanya, nama aku Saskia Elektra. Aku sama Xylon sama kita semua bagian dari timnya Soro.gaplok on Feminism, tapi mungkin aku lebih intens kali ya di masuk langsung ke dalam semua episodenya untuk menjadi host. Tapi kali ini cukup berbeda karena aku mau tukeran peran nih sama Xylon dan saya lebih jadi would say tamu in a way gitu ya.
Ya benar tamu. Well, in actuality Saskia megang semuanya, tapi ya di sini Saskia jadi
Kita
tamu lah.
bertukar peran sedikit.
Oke, ini pengen nanya nggak sih kayak
Apa
sekarang
tuh?
tuh kasus-kasus terkini up to date di feminism tuh apa aja sih?
Well, great news actually. Yang awalnya RUU TPKS sudah menjadi UU TPKS. So, jadi udah ada undang-undang untuk melindungi orang-orang yang menjadi korban pelecehan seksual. Dan it already includes like verbal assault and things like that. So it's great. Mantap DPR. After
bagus.
10 years, I mean, okay, at least it's done.
Ya, at least ada gitu.
Yeah.
Dan kayak ada nggak sih kayak undang-undang ini tuh bisa diperbagus dan kayak dia dibikin kayak lebih jelas atau diperbagus di matanya Saskia ini ada nggak sih gitu?
Well, I think ini sih udah versi paling oke-nya sih dibandingin kayak yang dulu-dulu ya. Karena kan dulu tuh kayak this already includes like marital rape and things like that. So I think this is already kayak versi yang paling oke-nya kalau emang difokus untuk menanggulangi kasusnya gitu. Tapi kan mungkin untuk bus ini tuh butuh juga kayak mungkin dari pemerintah di bagian pendidikan untuk kayak ya edukasinya untuk prevent kita harus ngurusin masalah korbannya gitu loh. Itu sih.
Ya kelihatan sih dulu kayak undang-undang ini tuh kayak nggak terlalu dikasih spotlight gitu dan sekarang kayak udah ada spotlightnya tuh kayak ngebantu banget ya sih kayak buat semua orang. Jadi itu guys up to date tentang
news report
di Feminism on Indonesia. Baru ini kayak kita mau nanya ke something lebih personal nggak sih?
Okay.
Kayak who inspired you to become a feminist dan awal kejadian itu apa aja gitu?
Okay. Kalau who inspired sih banyak ya. I think if my early stages sih sebenarnya nggak kayak ngeliat siapa sih kayak oh yeah I think this is like my thing, tapi lebih kayak I saw the issue and I thought like this is like so wrong gitu loh. Kayak dulu tuh kan pertama-tamanya tuh aku ingat lagi SD gitu kan, I think kelas 4 or something, and we were like learning kayak dikasih tugas gitu kan, terus kayak ada hak dan kewajiban dalam keluarga gitu, terus it was like like bapaknya bekerja and like di ibu it's like really sexist kayak ya ibu terus mendengar ayah karena ayah itu ya kepala keluarga kayak bro that's like so not it gitu loh. Like you know, I think being in a rumah tangga doesn't have to mean like you have to be like the alpha and the omega. Like it doesn't work like that gitu loh. Like if it's partnership, you know what I mean? Even though one kayak kerja, one enggak, doesn't make it kayak you have to listen to like the dude, you know? And I just thought to myself, because my family doesn't work that way, obviously. I was like what? Terus mungkin setelah bertahun-tahun kayak memproses itu, mungkin kalau I would say people that have inspired me, so many other women that have come before me. I would say Emma Watson, Meghan Markle, mungkin kalau zaman-zaman dulu I would say Charlotte Bronte, Jane Austen, Mary Wollstonecraft, you know, just like even Kartini, you know, like many women that have come before me in history that have, fought for women's rights. Every single one of them, I'm honestly super inspired by them.
Yeah, I mean sih kayak Emma Watson gitu, kayak people only know her of being an actor or an actress gitu, kayak cuman kenal, oh ya Emma Watson, she's an actress.
She's
gitu.
Hermione.
Yeah, she's Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. Tapi kayak orang-orang tuh nggak tahu what she did gitu afterwards. Dan kayak ngelihat dari Kartini itu kayak sangat patriotik sangat ya. Gitu.
Iya, apalagi dia konteksnya sama kayak kita gitu kan di Indonesia gitu.
And in the end, she actually fought for something yang ended up becoming a big statement in Indonesia. Gitu. Baru pertanyaan selanjutnya nih, since identifying as a feminist, kayak what part in your life that changed?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think the way everything changed, obviously.
Of
like
course.
when I go publicly say emang dari dulu tuh kayak udah tahu gitu loh. Emang gue tuh tahu, gue percaya kalau cowok cewek itu harusnya equal. Tapi kan I haven't got to the depth where I understood the whole chunk meaning of feminism. Where now I'm like, I'm like pro-choice. I support the LGBTQ community. I support everyone. I support every race. Like I do not support like racism. Like things like that. Of course, people will be like, you're kind of psychotic, like things like that. But although this has kind of become my strength because all of the years I've never felt like I was special in a way. Because I'd say everyone, my friends had their own strength. And I didn't have something that was original, that was just me. And, feminism became my thing, if you would say. And, it gave me, it was so good for my self-esteem. I had really a bad self-esteem, but now I'm like, I know what I'm doing is right, and I'm actually doing something about it. And I think it has helped me as an individual to kind of, grow, actually. Because it's good, when you see an issue and you say like, I want to do something about this.
Get it.
Other than that, I think of course stigma and judgment. I always get that, especially stray dudes that hate me, like, I mean, she's just ugly or things like that. Kayak banyak lah yang bilang kayak feminis cuman kayak cewek-cewek yang kayak butut yang kayak nggak bisa dapat pacar. Like, don't blame me being single for being a feminist. Like, it's weird, it's not so the point. And I think most of that. Jadi kayak sebenarnya lebih ke worth it gitu nggak sih, kayak menurut gue ya, kayak orang-orang nge-hate ke gue, like I don't care because I know, bukan I think but I know what I'm doing is right and I stand by that gitu. That's why I have pride and I have confidence in myself now gitu.
Iya sih, kayak apa namanya, kayak I mean sih, like aku pernah punya temen banyak yang feminis gitu, dan kayak banyak dari mereka tuh dijudge kayak lu nggak punya pacar gara-gara lu benci sama cowok gara-gara lu feminis
because
gitu.
You hate men.
Kayak dia pasti ngobrol sama aku, tujuannya dia tuh bukan itu gitu. Dimana kayak tujuan feminis tuh ada kayak tujuan yang emang bener dan bukan buat hating men gitu. Kayak tujuan di belakang itu equality gitu, between each other gitu. Nah, kayaknya pertanyaan selanjutnya tuh ini yang kayak agak aku pengen tanya gitu. Ini interesting banget sih. Kayak benefit apa lu jadi feminis gitu? Kayak benefit yang bagus atau pro and kontra itu apa gitu?
Sebenarnya nggak tahu ya. I mean, I'm totally 100% pro about it because I'm like so sure about it. But here's the thing, people that are anti-feminist, they usually use the argument about agama kan, kayak how agama is formed in a patriarchal way. Tapi kayak what we need to understand is that agama itu kan is human made gitu. It's cultural and kayak harus ngerti bahwa kayak sama aja kita zaman sekarang tuh bisa dapat berita hoax. Same thing with religion gitu. Kayak menurut aku pertama itu bukan urusan publik gitu. It's something personal. Kedua kayak itu tuh karena itu historical dan lama-lama kayak misalnya the Bible, it's Jewish nggak sih awalnya?
It was
Jewish. It was translated. I'd say mungkin to English into Indonesia, kayak itu kan berapa versi bahasa yang dirubah. Like when you read something English and you translate to Indonesia, it doesn't sound right. Nah itu dia kayak itu tuh kadang-kadang salah message-nya gitu loh. Dan kayak when I say being a feminist benefits me and also my community to build like a healthier and a happier life, karena sebenarnya benefitnya kalau orang-orang lain sih nganggapnya merugikan mereka gitu kan,
Yeah.
jadi ribet. Tapi menurut gue mereka tuh rugi karena because they're the villain in a way. Kayak
Yeah.
straight dudes are mad about it, because you've been the bad guy this whole time, you know.
Yeah.
Kayak padahal mereka juga nggak sadar bahwa mereka tuh like they've been imprisoned in toxic masculinity as
Yeah.
well gitu. Kayak semuanya tuh self-conscious, and that's the thing, like it benefits both me and my lingkungan gitu.
Yeah, environment.
Yeah, and my environment. So I think it's just common sense to treat people regardless of their gender, their
Yeah.
race, and their sexuality. It's just the benefit is being a good person. I
Yeah, I
think.
see. Yeah.
It's like a tool to be a good person and kind of to
Yeah.
keep changing your environment to the
Yeah.
better, I think.
Ini kayak topik kita jadi environment gitu ya, kayak why do people hate on feminists, hate on the LGBTQ community gitu, dan kayak hate on kayak people with race or with color
People of
gitu.
color.
Yeah, people of color gitu, kayak why do they have those things gitu, either like kayak people of color they call them the N-word,
Yeah.
or like call them the Chinese C-word
Yeah.
gitu, atau yeah, for the LGBTQ people, calling them, screaming them gay, or
Yeah, like as an insult.
yeah, or not the F word, like
Yeah.
I could not really say it, but it's the F slur for
Yeah.
gay people. Like, why do people in society hate those people, including feminists too?
I think, especially, most of the people that like hate on, I'd say, people of color, the LGBTQ community, and also like feminists are usually like straight dudes. No offense, but
Yeah.
that's like the fact, Because here's the thing, like most of the time they benefit from this system,
Yeah.
Like humans, we need to change because the system is imprisoning so many people, and kayak sebenarnya the root of the issue is that we don't want to think.
Yeah.
If you take the time to think about this, like it doesn't make sense. Like you're hating on a dude for
Yeah.
loving another dude.
Yeah.
You're hating on a girl for loving another girl. I think love, either it's romantic or platonic, is still
Yeah,
love.
it's still-
Love
yeah.
is love. Be who you are. Like
Yeah.
and same with trans people. Like if that's what and like gender is not even just defined by people's genitalia,
Yeah.
because kayak kalau lihat dari struktur kromosom itu tuh banyak banget orang yang let's say lahirnya sebagai perempuan, so born a female, but secara kromosomnya dia maskulin.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have to make them like attracted to other women, enggak
Yeah.
juga. Jadi kayak we need to redefine what we think is masculine, feminine, and how we think about that, and the stigma,
Yeah.
Masalahnya manusia itu kan ya emang apa-apa di satu lingkungan sosial itu pasti there's always the black sheep gitu
Yeah.
loh, and we're the black sheep.
Yeah.
But because it's the same thing with capitalism, like
Yeah.
like rich white dudes, they're just benefiting from us. Like mereka, like they've hold the system for so long, and it's been working for them, it's been benefiting them,
Yeah.
and now someone's trying to like fight it. It's basically like Jesus in the time, like
Yeah.
yo, this is wrong,
Yeah, this is wrong.
and like he even got hate, kayak orang sebentar dia aja bisa digituin gitu
Yeah.
loh. Jadi ya sebenarnya it's about the people, the privileged people, they do what is easy and not what is
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah.
we're trying to do what is right, not what is
Yeah.
easy.
So yeah, I do agree. Like most of these like white people, they prefer to do something that has benefit to them than
Yeah.
doing something that's right and actually cost them something, either like losing money, like a lot or like a little, just to like help someone, but they just benefit on themselves.
Yeah.
So like, I think I want to ask about like, so not many people in Indonesia know feminists, right? Or
Yeah.
even understand the concept of feminists, and many people in Indonesia are getting like sexually assault, like,
Yeah.
including mostly women getting
Yeah.
sexual assault, or even like getting catcalled, like "Hey, what's up, girl?" like something
Yeah.
like that. And like, why do you think in society there's like people like that, or like people who can't control themselves and like staring at someone's ass, or like staring
Yeah.
and doing something that is quote unquote sexually assaulting? What do you think in society about those kind of people?
I think because they were raised that way, they were raised in the system, so like I think people should be taken accountable for the action, but we can't really blame them 100% because the thing is, it's the whole system that's wrong. You know?
Yeah.
Like there were ways men these days, not even, I think these days it's been better, you know.
Yeah.
Like most of the time they've been raised to see women as objects. You know?
Once.
To see.
Yeah.
Even I thought as a young girl, like, you know, if like a man and a woman had like sexual intercourse, I thought it was just in it for the dude, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't thought like girls had like a sexual desire.
Yeah.
You know? I thought it was just like the duty, and it
Yeah.
was so wrong. Like I didn't believe I think that way, you know.
Yeah.
It's so crazy kayak itu tuh mereka bener-bener kayak di raise dan juga dengan semua brainwash agama to just totally control women.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and what we need to blame is the people that doesn't choose to put their head and think about, you know what am I doing to my kids? Like what am I
Yeah.
telling them? Like is
Yeah.
this really it? Or am
Yeah.
I just really selfish and I just like to oppress women, you know?
Yeah.
It's really the parents, the system, and the education.
Yeah.
Bahkan kayak yang dari tadi gue cerita kayak ya di sekolah aja diajarin kalau ibu lo harus sama bapak lo gitu.
Yeah.
Regardless gitu kan. Terus
Yeah.
kayak ya otak lo kebentuk kayak gitu dong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I mean, like, yeah, sih, kayak in most of society, men has to be like the higher power. They have to have the iron glove.
Yeah,
while the
the
women,
dominance.
Yeah. While the women has to become, quote unquote, a peasant or like do their work, clean
Yeah.
their house.
Like they're little minions or something.
Yeah. And then like looking at current society and probably our generation
Yeah.
who has think about this, and most of our generations like support these kind of communities, including LGBTQ or like feminists. I think from Gen Z and on, we can start teaching our kids like the right way of society without even oppressing key parts of like life. Like, yeah, okay, there's equality in men and women in family,
Yeah.
and other stuff like that. So, I got another question for you.
Shoot.
This is personal.
Okay.
What is the hardest part of being a feminist in Indonesia and international?
I mean, I haven't really publicly spoke like international.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like I've never been like in a UN Women Conference. Like, I mean, one day I hope so.
I hope so.
Imagine like me in the future making a TikTok like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like I said that and then suddenly I'm like in UN Women.
Yeah, on your way to the
I'm
UN.
like, yeah. I mean, I haven't really spoke like publicly, like maybe like di tingkat internasional sih enggak. Cuman I'd say in my close circle, there are people that menjauh gitu loh, kayak ngilang gitu loh. Bukan ngilang sih, lebih ke nge-hate ya, kayak yang apaan sih ada nih ya, nih. Like kalau nonton ya, coba tandain ya, like you know who you are, like the person that said like, ya apa feminis bacot kayak gitu, or not kayak like, udahlah itu kayak lo tuh nggak usah lebay atau kayak bilang aja lah, lo tuh emang nggak laku kayak gitu-gitu dong. Terus kayak yeah, they would call me ugly, they would call me what. I mean, it's more of an annoying part, you know, like it's not the point. Capek aja sih kayak bisa diam tidak gitu loh.
Yeah.
Apalagi kayak dari keluarga juga kan, you know, you would see family members that are still constructive, kayak konservatif, kayak yang ya kamu tuh harus gini. Itu kan emang udah apa sih namanya? Udah kodratnya, kayak telling me like the way I should dress, kayak it's annoying because I feel like I should have complete power and complete sense of belonging to my body, and I can dress however I want because I think I know how to dress, in what context to dress, so I don't need you out here telling me how to dress, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I may say, I hope you go into the UN Women Conference.
I
That's
hope
like,
one day we're gonna be at UN Women.
yeah,
Yay.
that's going to be like a very big achievement, even like for yourself and like for Indonesia itself. It could be a very big achievement and would actually lead up to a big step for Indonesian like either economy or even politics that include women as equal to men and actually could do and actually go beyond many stuff in Indonesia. So
Yeah, totally.
I mean, let's just hope even the person
that knows who they are, like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't wanna like swear, but
Yeah.
like, you know.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So I got another question.
Okay.
Like, there's of course complex parts of like being a feminist.
Yeah.
Like there's many complex parts, and there is like many questions. And what do you think is like what question or like what thinking or what theory that keeps you going on feminists? Like actually think and just keep you going in the world of feminists.
What keeps me going is, I think, thinking of my younger self. Like, I was like so oppressed by the system, and you know, when you know something, like you, at least I have the urge to fix it, you know.
Yeah.
Although I didn't make the system, it's just stupid, you know. Like, dude, like this is so simple. Like,
Yeah.
come on, this should have been done by the 1800s. Like, I don't know, like when, I don't know, since Jane Austen, it should be enough, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that's it, you know. Seeing all of the remarkable women and, you know, the people of minorities, the
Yeah.
LGBT community, people of color, even Muslim people, right?
Yeah.
In America is still a minority. Kalau di sini sih gue yang minority ya. Cuma
Yeah.
maksudnya kayak, yeah, anyone that's a minority that feels that they're less than others, that are oppressed. I don't like seeing people oppressed, you know.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing people, okay, just because you're the minority doesn't make you right, you know.
Yeah.
And it's because, you know, almost everyone always say that I'm not a logical person, right? They
Yeah.
say that I'm an oversensitive person. But to this, I have to admit I have pretty good logic, because it's just basic common sense logic
Yeah.
that there's no scientific proof and that, you know, because you're a dude and I'm a girl, like there's anything different about
Yeah.
the way we think, the way that we behave.
Yeah.
You know, we can achieve the same thing, you know.
Sure.
Except you can give birth and I can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's biologically, but like in a sense of, I don't know, economy, in a sense of education, it's just really common sense. And that's just where my moral sticks, I think.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's kind of my mission in a way. Like,
Yeah.
because I know how hard it is, you know, living a life as a woman. I feel like this is enough, you know, like
Yeah.
I've had enough, everyone's had enough, let's end this, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what
Yeah.
keeps me going.
Okay, I may say like, I mean that's a pretty good motivation
Yeah.
to like keep going in this world and do I may say the goodness and the right part of life. And like I've heard you talk about like white dudes and people who like hate feminists, and like why does those people exist? Like you've said that, oh yeah, there's like people who exist because of like religion and stuff, but
Yeah.
like why are they still here? Like of course like many of them like criticize or like judge. Have you been like criticized or judged by like white dudes or like just generally just dudes who just hate about feminists?
Straight dudes that just hate me, I've lost count.
Okay.
So much. They're like, you're ugly anyways. Like,
Yeah.
it's honestly like hilarious how they can't like even argue with me, and they
Yeah.
just end like, oh, you're ugly anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
you just end the
like,
conversation with
oh
just
my
an
god, you
insult.
have acne anyway. Like,
Yeah.
what's with the conversation that
Yeah.
we're having, dude? Like, it's
This is not a debate.
like, why did you end it that way? It's just
Yeah.
them proving that they're stupid, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Since they cannot even construct a
Yeah.
criticism, like God.
they don't even have a point. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm so open to having conversations when you can actually make a point.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You like, I would like pull up, like my brain just filled with feminist data. Like,
Yeah.
did you know that a woman is more likely to die from rape than to die from a bite of a shark in the sea? Even sharks have more ethic values than straight dudes. Like,
Yeah, let me see.
I mean, not all men. Don't get offended. like,
Yeah.
like if you know, that's the thing about not all men. Like,
Yeah.
if you're like, if I say like,
Yeah.
I hate rapists, would you
Yeah.
get offended?
Nah.
Cause they're rapists, you know.
Yeah.
Like, cause you're not a rapist, that means
Because,
you
yeah,
don't get offended.
We don't get offended, yeah.
That's the
True.
thing, that
Yeah.
they just get offended because I think they're part of the system.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are like, the little minions of
Yeah.
patriarchy that are
Yeah.
trying to destroy my life.
Yeah. I mean, say like people, like even like people like who hate feminists because they think that, oh, it's just men hating and stuff. It's just that you don't understand that like saying, yeah, women get raped more by men. That doesn't mean like men doesn't get raped too by men. Even like in Germany, the cases of like rape is actually more men than women.
Yeah.
It's like men raping men is like a very standard thing in Germany.
But still, like, the people that do it are men, right?
Yeah, still, yeah. And the victims are men and women at the same
Yeah,
time.
like-
It's like God.
You're the problem. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, saying all men like are trash or things like that doesn't help with anything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it keeps us safe. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Because like, I hate chickens. I don't care if that chicken is nice.
Yeah.
I would just stay like 10
Yeah,
feet away from
10
a
feet
chicken.
away, yeah.
So it's the same thing with dudes. Like, I don't know, there could be a dude in the street just looking at me. He could like offer me a cup of coffee, or he could
Yeah.
like try to murder me. I don't know
Yeah.
the difference.
So, I mean, like-
so I just like
Yeah.
stay, like, let's say I give you 10 cupcakes. I tell you one of them.
That's
no,
poison,
no, like,
yeah.
let's say 7 of them.
Yeah.
7 of them is poisonous. Would you dare to even touch one of them?
Yeah, nah.
Nah, see? So that's the point. We just want to be safe. We
Yeah.
just don't want to get in trouble. And that's just how the world is built. And we need to do that.
Yeah.
So we're safe.
Yeah.
And it's really sad, the fact that we have to.
Like have to do that.
Yeah.
Even like me, like although like me being like quote unquote a male figure or like a man,
Yeah.
being like walking in the streets at night, it's like it's like a scary part because I don't know what this guy's intention is. Like that's the scary part
Yeah.
of everything. Like even for women,
You never know.
yeah, seeing like a man in front of you just walking towards not you but just towards your way.
Yeah.
It's quite scary because you do not know their intentions.
Yeah.
Like if you only like see a person that quote unquote look nice and you just pass them and they ended up stab you.
Yeah,
and
they can
it's-
stab you, they
yeah.
can punch you, they
Yeah.
can take your purse, like, I don't know.
It's quite odd because the ones who did it and the ones who actually created this stereotype is actually men itself.
Yeah.
Like it's because of the stereotype that they did and what they did. That's why like many women and like actually young men who is like preteen or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
teenagers like walk around the streets a bit afraid because it's already become a quote unquote stereotype and it's a scary stereotype, not gonna lie.
Yeah, like, your basic human safety is at risk
Yeah, it's at-
24/7.
yeah.
Like, it's so bad, honestly. Like, I just want to be in a public space and feel safe.
Yeah.
It's basic human rights, I
Yeah.
think. So it's not much to ask for.
Yeah, I may say this has been quite a conversation. I do agree.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it.
Yeah.
I think that the most important part is that I know where I stand for,
Yeah.
and when I say I know, it means it's well researched, it's based on personal experience,
Yeah.
all of that combined into me,
Yeah.
basically. So I know what I'm doing, I know where I stand for, and I want to help people. That's the
Yeah.
point of my existence, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah,
basically, like if you want to know more about feminists,
we're gonna continue.
yeah, we're going
on
to continue
another
on
part.
Another part, yeah. So we're going to continue on another part, which is like the second episode,
Yep.
and in that conversation, there's going to be a lot more talks about
A lot more gossip.
yeah, quote
Lot
unquote,
more
a lot more
tea.
gossip, yeah, a lot more tea in the world, and actually, it would be constructed to more of a
More of a theory, I think. This is
Yeah.
more personal. I think we would like more talk about what I've read. Maybe
Yeah.
I could bring my book as well. I
Yeah.
could flip over a few more pages
Yeah.
to see
just
what I've read.
yeah. So like in here, our point is just to talk about feminists and not actually offend or even targeted anyone.
Don't
except
get
that one.
Don't get offended, straight
Yeah.
white dudes. Harry Styles is a straight white dude, and I love him.
Yeah.
I love you, Harry Styles. Like if you're not that dude, you will not get offended.
Yeah.
And if you get offended, that means I know what you've been doing.
So I may say that's been the conversation now. It's been
It was great.
it was a great conversation, and it's fun to do so.
Yeah.
So we might meet you in the next episode, or
Just keep updated for the next
Yeah.
episode. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
I love talking to you.
no,
We will continue.
We
Can't
will
wait.
continue. Yeah, can't wait.
And see you guys in the next one.
next episode, I guess. And stay tuned for this one and podcast too, because our
Bye-bye.
podcast is still going. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.